Welcome again to our ALRA video. Today we're going to be talking about positioning as it relates to face-offs. So a bit of an overview. So what we're going to talk about today is where to position yourself on the floor for a face-off, looking at three different scenarios. And how to get into position effectively so you minimize the disruption that you may cause with the players. And finally, we'll look at what you should be looking at when you are setting up for the face-off. Again, awareness, teamwork, and positioning are really important in this case. And so it's important to know where all the players are on the floor, where the problematic ones are, and where the ball is likely to go based on the history of the drawman. Okay? And those are things that we're going to talk about in a little bit. It's important to know the role of the face-off official and the support official. So the face-off official places the ball at the center dot and blows the play in, and the support official watches all the players that are on the floor, monitors for early entrance into the zone, and needs to adapt to where the players are on the floor, and we'll talk about that in the next scenario. The first scenario we are going to look at is the standard tight formation. In a standard tight formation, the players are on either side of the rag lines, okay? And the support official is standing in between those two rag lines and has a really good view of the lines and also the players within the area. What's really important in a tight formation is the exit strategy of the face-off man. So there are three options. The first one is to go towards the benches, as shown here. The second option is to go in between the players. And the third option is to go straight back and move towards the same side as your partner. Now, this may be uncomfortable at first, but we will talk about ways to adapt once you are in that position. If the play moves away from you, you can simply make your way towards the benches and assume the trail position. If the play starts moving towards you, well, your partner can do the same and move towards the benches and assume his or her position as trail. Next, we're going to look at another face-off formation where the floor is spread unevenly. In this case, imagine a goal was scored in the top zone of the screen. And so the face-off official stands behind the two players and faces that net. It's important for the support official to get into position close to the players that are by that net. Once you get down there, again, you position yourself so you have the best view of all players involved. Now let's look at a subtle variation to the unilateral spread. Imagine in this case that there was a goal scored in the net that we can't see in the screen. So the face-off official is in the perfect position, however, there are players behind him or her. And so if you are that official, you need to realize that and make your way around the two drawmen and indicate to your partner to get into that zone where the players are. The final scenario we are going to look at, although rare, is where the players are spread across the floor. Imagine in this scenario that a goal was scored in the top net. So notice how the players are spread out throughout the floor. So it's important for the referees to notice that and do something about it, okay? And so how do you determine where the support official should go? There's a few things you need to keep in mind. Number one, what is the history of the drawman? So where the ball is likely going to go. And number two, if there are any problematic players on the floor that should be watched more closely. Those two will determine where you should send your support official and where you should start play. Once you've determined that this is the best position to start play, as the center official, you need to make your way as quickly as you can once you've blown the play in into the zone where you can have the best coverage of all players involved, as shown here. This concludes our ALRA video on positioning and face-offs. If you have any questions, please have a look at our website, albertalacrosserefs.com, and go into the Ask the Ref page, and you can email us any questions you may have.